Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a new season of Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 1. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time or another season, then welcome back. Y'all don't hesitate to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So we are back. We see Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon with the family. Dr. Jackie talking about work per every season. Anila is getting a visit from her parents in the new house. We see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone back together again. Okay. Now Paige and Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly. All right, let's get into it. That's what I like to see. After all these seasons of fussing, y'all are back together again. Alright, because I was getting a little tired of it, honey. And I ain't want to be having no divide and got to choose sides and all this. So I'm glad y'all got it together. So Dr. Jackie said, they both just got tired of fighting. And they decided to be friends again. So then Dr. Simone said that they had to let go of, especially her, let go of the petty. Dr. Jackie had to let go of the ego. And they got their friendship back on track. Ooh, child, I love to see it. Moving forward. So they get to Dr. Jackie's house, right? And you got Curtis and Cecil standing outside, shooting the breeze and whatnot. And they leave to go get some strip club wings. So while they do that, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone go inside to have some fruit and talk about shots. Let me just say this. I don't think I could be friends with Dr. Jackie because she don't like to eat. Okay? She don't like to eat right, honey. She gonna always have a bowl of lettuce with no type of dressing, honey. Just eating lemons for no reason, honey. I don't like that, okay? I would love to be friends with a person like Candy, honey, or hell, even Sheree. Sheree gonna eat if she don't do nothing else. Y'all think she got that dunk by doing them squats, honey? That's homegrown. Oh, look, I gotta eat. So the fact that Dr. Jackie always getting people together to eat fruits and lentils and whatnot, don't get me wrong. I know that you need the good food to fuel your body and whatnot. But when I get together with the heifers, honey, I want to eat. I would have went with Cecil and Simone, honey. Count me in for the wings. The wings and the ass shaking. I'm in. Baby, I'm in, honey. Anyway, let's get back to these shots. So basically, the shots are for the women to have a better orgasmic experience. Okay, so the O stands for orgasm. Yes, honey, sign me up for the big O. And no, I ain't talking about Oprah. Moving forward. In the next scene, we see Dr. Heavenly and her pretty daughter, Alora. Alora has really grown up. Her face is so pretty to me. And those lips, baby, they paying for those lips. And Alora got them honest. She looks like a beautiful doll to me. Every time I see her, she's just so pretty. So anyway, they're talking about Dr. Heavenly having her new beauty supply and the hours that Alora can work because she's doing school, so she can only work on the weekends. And so, Dr. Heavenly was basically bragging about her baby, saying that she does the social media. She does, all the things that basically Dr. Heavenly is unable to do. Alora picks up the slack. She was like, my baby is a boss. I know that's right, honey. Moving forward. So as they're talking about that, Quad comes over and Alora is going out for driving lessons with Dr. Damon. So Quad asks Dr. Heavenly about Dr. Contessa. And she was like, I ain't talked to Contessa, honey. She ghosted me after the reunion. And so they do a flashback to what was going on at the reunion, right? And basically, Dr. Heavenly is pretending that she doesn't know why Contessa is not talking to her. So they pan to Contessa, and Contessa said it was because of that YouTube channel. Now I'm going to say this. Baby, Dr. Heavenly going to get in that closet, and she is going to cut up. That's one thing I know about Dr. Heavenly, honey. Ain't no telling what she might say when she get in that closet. But I'm just saying this. Everybody was saying what Dr. Heavenly said on that YouTube channel, because I watched that when she did that review, and people were asking her questions and she was giving her honest answers. And you said that Dr. Scott was verbally abusive. So I'm not understanding why you mad. I guess you didn't want your friend to repeat it. I don't know. It just didn't make no sense to me, honey. Everybody was saying it. Everybody thought the same thing. Dr. Heavenly just said it. Moving forward. So then they start talking about Quad's life, and Quad is like, I closed on my home. And so Heavenly was asking her if she had any sponsors, aka men with shmoney, right? And Quad was like, no, I don't want to take a dime from a man, okay? Because he going to think that he got some authority in my house, and he does not. I know that's right, because let me tell you something, Quad. These men these days, they give you something and be trying to hook up their PS5. No, sir. No, sir. I don't want not now dime. Because you know people were saying that she was with Dr. Greg for his money. And now Quad is letting them know, look, I paid for this house by myself. Went from the little dusty apartment, as Toya called it, all the way to my 6-bedroom home. 14,000 square feet. I know that's real. In the next scene, Contessa is at home with her trainer trying to get that body together. Okay, the arms on this trainer, y'all. The trainer looked like a blow-up doll. It looked like a detachable arm. They were so big. I was like, that has got to be uncomfortable. Child, them arms were huge. So then Contessa was asking him what he needed to see, right? And he was like, let me see you in a bikini with some heels on. Now, at first I was a little creeped out, like, girl, what? Why does he want to see you in a two-piece with some heels on? But she is like trying to get her body right because she's competing in this fitness competition. Contessa gonna have something else to do every season, child. She gonna have a harebrained scheme that she don't do nothing else every single season. So she tells us all these fables. Okay, this is what she said in her confessional. And Contessa, what is this bayang, honey? Not the bayang. Contessa, I hate this hair. I hate this hair. And you are too pretty for this hair. Now that face card ain't gonna never decline. But that hair, child, it's giving out of service, honey. So anyway, Contessa is telling us in the confessional that her and Scott were on their way out. They were going to sell the house. They had told the kids about a divorce. And she said that he wouldn't sign the papers. He said instead he was going to go to therapy. And I mean, the rest is history. And Contessa, you wasn't going nowhere, child. We knew that from the reunion. Anywho, so then the kids and Scott, they show up. And Contessa is in her bathing suit. And she's doing a fitness competition like I told y'all. She had the heels on and whatnot. Contessa is so pretty to me. Scott know he ain't gonna strike gold twice. That's why he got himself together. I still don't trust him though, honey. I'm still side-eyeing him and Curtis. Okay, I ain't never just really recovered from Curtis cheating on Dr. Jackie. It ain't never just sat well in my spirit all up and through the airport holding that little young girl's hand while Dr. Jackie at home eating dry chicken and lettuce. Honey, I didn't like it. Oh, child, I didn't like it. I don't trust Curtis and I don't trust Scott, honey. Allegedly. So anyway, in the next scene over at Miss Quad's house, Miss Quad, she got it. So they over at Miss Quad's house, right? And she's a Monty. Okay, Marlo, got a little Monty competition, but I want you to take notes on how Quad is pouring into the baby, honey. You might need to call Quad. Over there asking Candy and them. Call Quad. I know you know her, and ask her how y'all can get together and have Monty outings and things like that. This could be a crossover. But anyway, that's just a side note. So her nephew Mason has now moved in. Quad's mom moved in as well. And Quad was saying that because of all the new additions to her home and to her life and to them moving in, she got out of her apartment and now she's in this 14,000 square foot home. Baby, 6 bedrooms, 10 baths, honey. Get into it. And Quad, I want to say that this home is just beautiful. It really is. It's a very beautiful home. And also, Quad's mama is just as beautiful as she is. She get it from her mama. Oh, where she get her eyes from, she get it from her mama. Shout out to Juvenile. You and your mama looking good, girl. I love it. Let me tell you something about Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine has a cast of beautiful women. Body, mind, all of that. These are some beautiful women on this cast. So anyway, she's talking to Mason, right, about him not being focused in school. She was like, what are you thinking about? And he said, I'm thinking about my dad. And he started crying and she started hugging him. The mama started crying. Let me tell y'all something. I was not prepared for that. When I tell y'all I started boo-hoo crying, because I can't take too much. I'm real sensitive. And when that baby started crying, it reminded me of my baby. And oh my gosh. And it really touched me. And so Quad let us know that her brother, who's been on the show before, he passed, and he was only 34 years old. He passed away last year from heart complications. I remember that episode he was on too. Life is truly short. Like, I was not expecting to hear that. I really wasn't, because I didn't know anything about her brother. I think I heard about it over social media, if I'm not mistaken, on Instagram. But I didn't know it was that brother, and I didn't know if she had more than one or what. That is so sad. Quad, my condolences. In the next scene, Anila is back for her second season. They're in the new house. Hey, girl. So she lets us know that her home is also 14,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. And the budget went from 1.2 million to 2.5 million. Anila, why are you spending all this money on this house? Because what you say later on in this episode makes me think that you're crazy. Why would you spend all this money? So she was like, yeah, Dr. Karen wasn't too happy, but he's happy that we're happy. Child, Dr. Karen was looking like, yeah, I'm happy because y'all are happy. Child. So they're doing a house blessing. Then, this cow arrives, and Dr. Karen said the cow is like a pet, and it just symbolizes a blessing for the home, right? So, baby, the cow pooping all over the place, pooping all over the floor. And so the mom is like, we get the cow lady to clean up the poop. They couldn't pay me enough to clean up no cow shit. Okay? Absolutely not. I'm not picking up nothing. I don't like dog poop. Honey, I don't even like human poop. You think I'm finna pick up this cow poop? The cow was slipping all over the rugs they had on the floor. Child, it was just a mess. It was just a whole mess. In the next scene, we catch up with Toya. And baby, Toya gonna keep a rental every season if she don't do nothing else. Quad, you might need to bring over the ramen noodles, honey. Toya done moved again. I know those kids tired of moving. Get it together. Baby, Toya be calling the movers like, Papetta, be sick of me. Baby, Toya gonna use the movers every single season, honey. She probably got a lifetime contract. She might have you know what? I don't know if they had these, but if they do, Toya and Eugene definitely got it, honey. One of them subscriptions. So if you ever need a mover, honey, you just pay $199 per month, $199. And when you got to move, you on your way. Child, this is a whole fool. So she was like, yeah, we moved, but we're building and we bought a new plot of land and we're moving in April of 2023. She's like, yeah, because the last home didn't have no elevator, couldn't put no basketball court. I mean, it just was not big enough for a family and some adults, for some kids and some adults. And girl, please. You moved from that house because your credit won't get it and your money was a little funny. And that is okay. All of us have to downsize or do something we don't want to do. The economy is different. It's giving very much a different world. It's okay. You didn't have to stay in that house. And if you're not in there, just say, look, I wanted to move because I wanted to move. Because you know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of when Kim Zolciak said she moved out of that house because it was haunted. Kim, okay? You didn't have the money for that home. That's why you moved. And that is all right. I just want Toya to own it. So, child, she going off on the kids for being on the elevator and whatnot. Why do you have a house with an elevator if you can't use it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't taking no stairs if I got an elevator. Now, I might be afraid to get stuck in there, but hopefully everything's working. But I'm taking the elevator. So then Eugene gets home, because y'all know Eugene don't do nothing but work and Toya don't do nothing but complain. So he comes in, Toya screaming. And then she tells him that Anila invited her to the housewarming party. So Eugene was like, well, I feel like if you get an invite from somebody, then I just assume that they want you to be there. This is the thing. I didn't understand why Toya was kind of like throwing shade. Toya, you did Anila wrong last season. She didn't want to not be friends with you. You threw her by the wayside when you saw that she was forging her own path within the group, and you didn't like that. And I don't see Anila inviting you somewhere just to mistreat you. Based on her character from last season, I just don't see her doing that. So, I mean, that didn't make no sense to me. Anywho, in the next scene, it's the day of Anila's housewarming party and the Diwali. It's a festival of light and love, like out with the old, in with the new, taking away all the negative energy. And I have to say that I love the cultural tidbits from Anila. Now, I didn't think I was going to like Anila at first because I was like, I really don't like how y'all did Mariah. Even though I wasn't really a fan of Mariah, she used to get on my nerves. But I just didn't like how they ushered her on out and ushered Anila on in. But I like Anila. She growing on me. Moving forward. So everybody's getting themselves together, and Contessa was like, look, I really don't want to go because I really don't want to see Dr. Heavenly. Girl, just ignore it. She'll be all right. So everyone is dressed appropriately, and here come Contessa and Scott talking about, well, I mean, we pretty much can wear whatever we want. No, you cannot. You need to wear what they ask you to wear. So the crew is back riding together. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone and their husbands, they're on the way to the party. It's a foursome yet again, honey, feeling like old times. So Anila got everything at this party, honey. Good food, bright colors, festive decor, henna. I mean, it's giving. Okay, it's giving what's supposed to be gay. So Dr. Heavenly shows up with Audra and her husband, who is also a dentist. I don't know if they're going to try to introduce us to them because Dr. Heavenly is bringing them with her. Like, I thought that was so random. So maybe Audra and her husband are going to be integrated into the season. I don't know. Let's see what they're going to give. So then Carrie shows up. Hey girl, I can't stand Carrie. Dr. Heavenly looked over and she saw Dr. Damon talking to this lady, right? And she was doing what she always doing, worrying about him mingling with the heifers. She was like, why y'all in daddy's face? Dr. Heavenly, how many seasons are you going to say that knowing that Dr. Damon ain't going out nowhere? Even though Mariah did say, would you like to see the receipts? Because I have them. Child, Mariah did say something was going on, honey. Allegedly. But child, she can't be trusted. Anyway, Carrie standing there getting on my nerves, honey, and getting on Dr. Heavenly's nerves too. Every time she see Dr. Heavenly, she got to say something about Dr. Damon. So she over there talking to her about Dr. Damon, right? And she was like, Carrie need to worry about her own marriage and not worry about mine. I know that's right. You know Carrie messy. So Dr. Damon said, Heavenly don't have nothing to worry about. I only have eyes for her. Okay, Dr. Damon. Sounds good. So then Dr. Karen and Anila, they're presented. And they didn't put the doctor in front of his name, right? And baby, he leaned over. He said, I'm a doctor. I know that's right. Make him put some respect on your name. See, this housewarming looks like a good time. This looks like so much fun. I want to be invited to the next party. I want to come, Anila. Child, that looked so fun. Contessa walked into this party looking like the queen of the night. Contessa, what are you wearing, girl? So Anila was like, Contessa misunderstood the assignment. She done went to Party City and got an Egyptian costume. Contessa, those were the wrong clothes. I would have been so embarrassed to look at me and look at everybody else. Honey, I would have went home. I just would have went home because this just don't make no sense. So then Toya and Eugene show up 2 hours late. I thought that was rude. I thought Contessa was rude for not being in the proper attire. And I also thought Toya and Eugene were rude for showing up 2 hours late. Like, why are you even coming? And you down the street coming in a golf cart. Y'all could have come on time. Child, the petty is already starting. So Anila is giving them a tour of the home. And she tells them that the entire house was furnished through gifts. Because she's an influencer. Okay, hashtag goals. Look, I want to be influencing enough to get sponsored. Honey, sponsor me. That's what I want. So the guys are talking about how life is going now, and Scott is telling them everything is good. To me, Scott's still lying. Allegedly. I don't trust nothing Scott says. Nothing. So then Contessa wanders over to Quad, and she was like, have you talked to Heavenly? And Contessa was like, no, I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her about that YouTube. So in the confessional, Quad says she understood that Contessa was upset because Dr. Heavenly feels like it's two different worlds. One world where she can go and talk about her friends, and then another world, but what she does not understand is that the worlds are colliding. Well, I mean, Quad feels some type of way, honey, because she done fell out with Dr. Heavenly so many times about that YouTube channel, child. It's a whole fool, because Dr. Heavenly be saying any old thing over on that channel. So Quad asked her if she wants to talk to Heavenly, and Contessa was like, no, I'm not ready to talk to her. So Quad is basically like trying to convince her that Dr. Heavenly misses her. She talk about her all the time. But Contessa is like, no, my husband is a doctor and she called him abusive. Contessa, did you watch that season? We were all cringing. And also, you came out of your mouth and said that. So I'm not understanding what you're talking about. Anyway, that's her friend, and she felt like her friend shouldn't be speaking on her marriage, so maybe that's why she pissed. I'm not understanding too much because these are all things that were stated, during the show. So if she has a YouTube channel and they're asking questions, she's gonna answer them. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. So now it's time for the entertainment, right? So Anila come out, she cutting the rug. Dr. Karen is like, it feels good to be in our forever home. So Anila started laughing, right? And he was like, what? She was like, the fact that you called it our forever home, I don't know about that. All right, now, Anila, it's giving Toya. Honey, it is giving Toya. There's nothing wrong with this home. You put all of this money into this house. Why are y'all building these big old homes just to move in like 4 or 5 years? Because I'm going to tell you right now, whenever I get my 1 acre of land, honey, and by the grace of God, it may be more, and I build on mine, I'm not going nowhere until God calls me home. And that's that on that. Child, I wish I would keep building and moving and moving and building. Child, that's a whole fool. Anyway, and that was the end of episode 1. It was good. I missed Married to Medicine. That's my show. I know not a lot of people watch Married to Medicine. And maybe it's because, I don't know, they don't resonate with the show or something. But that's my show. I love Married to Medicine. I am so happy that they are back. Episode 1 was good. I feel really bad for Quad because I feel like she has to be so strong for for her family. Her mom was breaking down, her nephew Mason was breaking down, and she has to be like the glue to hold everybody together. I just hope that she's taking care of her. I hope she's prayed up. I hope she's in therapy. I hope Mason is. And I just pray for them. I really do. Toya, let's see what you're going to give besides this rental house this season. Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, good to see y'all back together. It's giving sisterly love, and I love to see that. Dr. Heavenly, girl, get off that YouTube, okay? Because the people is coming for you. They don't like that YouTube, child. And Anila, girl, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Please drop down in the comments and tell me how I could influence somebody to furnish my whole home. Because, honey, I'm all in. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.